Hello, fellow preppers. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. Tuesday, April the 2nd, the year 2013. Saturday, I was down at the Arizona Survivalist and Preparedness Expo. They held it in Glendale. It's kind of cool. They had one big room where all the vendors had their booths set up. And then they also had in a separate building, they had classes going on, or little seminars, half-hour presentations. So I got there, about noon, 1 o'clock, maybe. And no, yeah, I guess it was more, maybe around 11 o'clock. Anyway, I got to see a couple of presentations. I circled around, I walked up and down the aisles a couple times, got to meet most of the vendors. And I got to meet Brooklyn from Doomsday Prepper. Hey Brooklyn, how you doing? And I was teasing her though. I said she should be wearing camo. She was in high heels and a dress. But nice lady. And who knows, maybe we'll come to terms and you might get to see me on Nat Geo, because they said season 3 is going to be a little bit different. So we'll see what happens. And I got to meet Lance. He's the guy that was running the expo. In fact, he walked up to me and goes, "Hey, aren't you the Rumpled One?" I said, "Yeah." So that was kind of cool. I guess he recognized me. But the expo, there's a lot of people selling knives. You know, I find that kind of funny because, I mean, really, we're not going to be Rambo in a survival situation. That's just not what we're talking about. Anyway, of course I went around and collected a few things, but the main thing is I did a prep. And I got me one of these little transceivers here. It's made in China, but it has 8 different bands. It was only 75 bucks. So I couldn't resist, because I needed to add that to my preps, because you can transmit. Now sometimes you need a license on some of the frequencies, but on some of the others you don't. So that was one of the things I did to prep. And then I also met a lady named Iris. She has a company down in Tucson, and she gave a lecture on bug-out bags, and her time was cut down to 20 minutes because they were running behind. You know how those things are. And so she was kind of going through things real quickly. And so I'm sitting in the front row as usual. I'm listening to what she has to say. And, you know, once again, Tucson, Arizona, desert. She was saying how water was the most important thing. And I just sat there and I listened. And, you know, she went through her talk, and she was explaining different things, and I picked up a couple tips. And she's actually lived through a couple of disasters. I think she said she lived through 9/11. She was in New York when that happened, and I believe she was in Katrina too. She just happens to be at the right place at the right time, or maybe the wrong place at the right time. But anyway, so she knows what she's talking about because she's lived through it. So after her talk, I said, "Hey, Iris, I'd like to have a little philosophical discussion, a little debate with you, because to me, I always teach people that, you know, after airways, because if you don't have air for 3 minutes, you're dead. No oxygen, 3 minutes, you're dead. That's simple. But next in line is your core temperature. You've probably heard me talk about that before, because here, if you don't keep your core within 5 degrees of that 98.6, you're dead. You got to keep that in 3 hours. So that's more important than water, because you can go up to, what, 3 days without water. Now, of course, in the desert, it appears you need water because your core temperature is rising, so you want to try and cool yourself down. But you better build some shelter, some shade, do something to keep that core temperature regulated. That's more important than water. So we had that. She goes, "Yeah, what you say is true, but," it's just like, hey, I know, I will win that debate. But anyway, as we were talking, she had to move and she had this display board. So, you know, I just helped her because she's all of 4'11", she says. So it's like, hey, you know, need a hand, you know, prepper helping a prepper. So I helped her take her display back, and she goes, hey, you know, for helping me, I want to give you something. It's just like not expected, but she gave me this little emergency kit. To tell you the truth, I haven't even peeked in it, so we'll get to see it at the same time. Okay, we got a poncho and a survival blanket. So you see, right here in this first little pocket, this is what you need to regulate core temperature. Keep you dry, keep you warm. So right there. What else we got in here? Let's see, we got a mini meal. That'll get you. We got a light stick. We got a little first aid to go kit. And in here we've got 1, 2, 3 foil packs of emergency drinking water. So this should probably get you through your emergency. But thank you, Iris, I appreciate it. And she also gave me some tips on how you can really round out your first aid kit, because she's a chemist, or she majored in chemistry and she became a pharmacist. So she knows what she's talking about. And then of course I went around and I collected different things. This is from the guy that sold me that radio. Also gave me all these different frequencies here. All the different bands. And this is, I asked him, I said, this thing's made in China. I go, are the instructions in Chinese or are they in English? He goes, well, they're in Chinese, but I'll give you some in English. But it seems like it's a pretty good little radio. And there, you could have bought the, they had a special for $200, but I didn't really want to lay out that much money. I said, I just want to have that just to have it, so in case the stuff hits the fan, I can at least listen in and maybe I can broadcast out. And got a free bottle of water. What survival show would be worth their salt without it? But as you can see, collecting all kind of things. And Prepper Patch radio show. Got a letter opener. That's a pretty big one. That's from Merrill Lynch. See, ham radio saves lives. I always like to get these stickers. You can stick them on ammo cans or something. Oh yeah, they had the mombies, the zombie mommies. And that was pretty cool, where they have these survival bags made for moms to help the moms out. Yeah, mombies. Let's see, their website is mombiesbags.com. M-O-M-B-I-E-S, mombiesbags.com. So there were some nice ladies there. All kind of stuff here. Helping moms be ready. And there's this other one I went to. They had the gong targets. But the one I really liked was this flip shot. The show price $25 for a small target. I didn't buy one because I think I could make one. I'm a prepper, so might talk to my buddy Tony, because he's got the welding. Might have to see, they even show you what the pieces look like. So we might have to do our own. Let's see here. We had some guy from a holster company. Oh, the Protect My Papers people. Oh, food donation drive. It's all kinds of stuff. Oh, got a pocket Constitution. Should always have one of those in your go bag, right? So you can tell them what your rights are. But I was talking to this one guy, said, you know what? There's no such things as rights, gun rights, or any of that. All there is power. And I explained to him the freedom equation, saying that if my power is greater than or equal to yours, then if it's greater than, then I can impose my will upon you. I got freedom. You wouldn't. But if our powers are equal, then chances are we can't impose our will upon the other, so then we're both free. But if your power is greater than mine, then you can impose your will upon me, and then I got no freedom. because you have more power. Let's see, who's this? Oh yeah, I met the guy who's the Edward Spites, the author of The Government of Wolves. He was there, he had a booth. When seconds count, the police are minutes away. That's from the Arizona Citizens Defense League. Here we go. Video preppers. When disaster strikes, are you ready? Think about it. Are you ready? I got some Post-its. I got more Post-its. See, yeah, Arizona Citizens Defense League. And then Shooter's World, $10 for an hour of range time. Get a free gun rental, free target, free eye and ear protection. Let's see. Yeah, videopreppers.com again. Ma and Pa Kettle. Let me see if you can see this. This is funny. Ma and Pa Kettle with the gas mask on. I tell you, these guys, they're pretty funny at times. Oh yeah, here's one. Let's see. Great ways to use oils to bless the bodies in your life. I'm trying to remember who put this one out. Let Me Live It Health and Wellness Center. Let Me Live It. LetMeLiveIt.com. So they're talking about using different essential oils and all the things you can do with these oils. Like they have lavender for allergies and hay fever, bee sting, insect bite, burns, chapped lips, cup scrapes, eczema, fresh laundry, insomnia, motion sickness, nosebleed, relaxation, scar tissue, and sunburn. All that using lavender. So I picked up that. Might have to pass that info along to fellow preppers. Then we've got the PTP Premier Tactical and Preparedness. Are you prepared? Everybody's using that one. This guy was a Michael Milburn NRA certified instructor, licensed firearm dealer. He was there. Oh, and I was at this, let me think, which one was it? This guy was talking, about the documents. And once again, I was sitting at the front row and he had a book to give out. And I shot my hand up first. So I got a free copy of It's a Disaster and What Are You Going to Do About It? A disaster preparedness, prevention, and basic first aid manual. So I'll have to read this and I'll do a book report on it. Sam's Club membership. That's where I got the free water. But they don't have Sam's Club around here. SurvivePrepare.com. If a disaster were to occur here today, would you be prepared? Build a kit, have a plan, keep informed. And they talk about what you should have in your bug-out bag. In fact, if I remember correctly, this is from Iris. That's her company, SurvivePrepare.com. Yeah, here's the guy, ProtectMyPapers.com. Document preparedness in the digital age. Basically, what you want to do is you want to have hard copies of everything, and you might want to scan them in and upload them someplace safe and encrypt them. In fact, here's the little listing of all the topics. We had, let's see, disaster preparedness, family planning, I missed that, and self-reliance, first aid, I missed that one. Prepping in the Second Amendment, I didn't watch that one. Then we had Prepare and Survive with Gold and Silver. I don't really think that people understand what gold and silver is all about. And I explained it to this one guy who had a booth there, and he goes, man, you know more than 95% of the people hear about this stuff. I go, well, I was just, fortunate enough to read the book Money Dynamics for the 1980s by Vanita Van Caspel. I think I may have done a book review on that one or talked about it in a video. But you need to really understand when you buy gold and silver, the reason to buy gold and silver. The history of the Second Amendment, didn't need that one. emergency medical supplies, essential oils, fees. I didn't go to that one. Making bread in a jar. No, like I said, I went in with the, I saw the bug out bag and the document preparedness. And then they talked about more gold and silver and alternative training methods in an ammunition-starved market. I didn't stay for that one either. But that's what was there. Oh yeah, here's the Doomsday Prepper Season 3 casting questionnaire. Like I said, once again, I got to meet Brooklyn. Then I met the lady that writes the Desert Freedom Press. And she says I could submit an article, you don't have to live there. But they're really serious about prepping. And we've got the, here's the big ad, the Arizona Survivalist Prepper Expo. And they have a website, it's ArizonaSurvivalistShow.com. And Lance Baker, once again, he's the guy that heads it up. And then Goal Zero. These guys make solar panels for on the go. Thing is, they cost us they cost a pretty penny. I definitely want to do solar sometime this year. Definitely want to have a little portable solar panel. I've got one, the battery charger one from Harbor Freight. You plug in your cigarette lighter, but I want to do a little bit more. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, here's the Iris. Yes, the Survival Preparedness Emergency Kits at her place, Survive Prepare. And we got, okay, yeah, McDonald J. Beavers. He's a guy I talked about gold. Yeah, we all read the same magazines. We talked about Howard Ruff and Harry Brown and some of the others. That's all duplicate. Food storage shopping list. Honeyville Farms. I guess they're one of, let's see, they got a website, honeyvillefarms.blogspot.com. They do a blog. They're in Chandler, Arizona. Oh yeah, here's that list I got from Iris about things you should have in your first aid kit, which I'll do another video on. Anyway, that was it. Like I said, that was a pretty good show. Got to meet some fellow preppers. But I guess that about wraps it up. And once again, fellow preppers, if you fail to prepare today, you're preparing to fail tomorrow.